Yeah, don't mind my outlook. Just coming back from my early morning jogging. Yes, you saw the video I made yesterday concerning the political revolution and ultimately the Biafra um, political process, which have engineered customary government. Now, I want you to listen to uh, the president of A.D.F. He is a father, he's an elder statesman, and he has been standing in the gap to speak out for the liberation of his people, the economic freedom of his people, and the political freedom of his people. I'm talking about Professor Nwala. Listen to him, and he has some important message for you all. I'll be right back.
Now let me come back to Alaigbo Development Foundation, of which I'm the president. One fundamental question to ask me is what's the relationship between the emphasis on Igbo and the different movements? My answer is no. If you know clearly the history of Biafra, Biafra is made up of a union of various nations, not one nation. By nation, we mean a people with one common language and one identifiable culture. That's what makes a nation. The Igbo nation, a young nation, ethnic nation, and so on. But Biafra's nation brought together these nations under one common umbrella. And today, in our struggle to revive Biafra, we must bear this fundamental truth in mind. If we move the Biafra movement as without recognizing the various nations that unite within it, we'll be making a mistake. That's why I think at the point someone was writing for Andriod and saying that they were being forced into a Biafra. Because assuming that they are not Biafra. What they mean is that they are trying to assert that they have their national identity within Biafra. And if we're thinking of rebuilding Biafra, we must bear this in mind. That what we're going to rebuild is a union of nations. That's what we're going to rebuild as well. So let me come to the concept of self-determination and then restructuring. You see, there's a book produced by A.D.F, Alaigbo Foundation. That book is popularly called the Green Book. We've tried in that book to trace the fundamental origins of the confusion we had in the so-called Nigerian Federation, an artificial federation. It's artificial federation not because it's a federation of non-human beings or artificial human beings, no. It's because it's a federation in which the federation has created artificially, bringing together different nationalities without their own self-determination, without their own free will. That is the crisis in Nigeria. That brought together many nations created artificially. And we tend to trace the history of this to show even that the so-called regions which we have, many people keep saying, return to 63 regionalism. No. They are not returning to anything. That regional structure was artificial. That's why within the so-called Eastern Nigeria, it was a bed of contradictions, a bed of crisis. A bed of crisis. Because the white people brought many of these nations without reconciling their will, put them together under Eastern Nigeria. And of course, what was the result? Eastern Nigeria was dominated by the most dominant nationality, namely the Igbos. That is one evidence that when Zeke lost his position in the Western House, he came back to the East. The Igbos were in control of Eastern Nigeria. They said, come and ask them, please step aside and allow. That is the root. From there, the every people now started asking them, that means we have an overlord, the Igbos. And from then on, these other smaller nationalities, in order to assert their identity, started making alliances outside Eastern Nigeria. That Fabrius group aligned with NPC. The core states aligned with the action group. The same thing in Yoruba. Southwest was also an artificial creation. That's why some wing align themselves with the NPC. Some wing align themselves with the NCS. That's how we got it was created. Over there in the north, it was the same thing. It was a critical contradiction, conflicts. And you kind of had to align himself with the NCS. But the time comes to have some self right that will not be not to be dominated by the Fulani forces. The changing land, target to control alliance. Alliance was outside the state. So the point we are making is when we talk of self-determination, we are saying we must get to the point where these primary units of humanity, of human society, primary units, units with a common language and common culture, there is some direction. We have to assert their identity and decide whether to align with this, align with that, or to do understand themselves. Unless we do that, Europe had the same problem in those days. Europe had the same problem. The days of empire building. Until today, European nations have become taking their identity based on their culture and civilization. That's why you have, don't worry about Great Britain. Great Britain is, everybody knows, Scotland is one nationality. Italy is also born in war. Wales is one nationality, different from this. Ireland is one nationality. France is a nation. Italy is a nation. Spain is a nation. Germany is a nation. I will recognize this long time ago in the days of trying to lay formal foundation for this. He wrote a book and said the so-called tribes, that concept of tribe is an artificial concept. It's not a reality. Tribe is something, a concept that developed by old European anthropology. The proper thing they should be talking about is nation, not tribe. Yeah. So to be talking of Igbos as a tribe, Yoruba's tribe, that's another concept. But Igbos are as much a nation as ethnic. So our view is that We must push this struggle. The point where these various nationalities will come forth, assert their self-determination, decide where to be, whom to align with. And that's how we grow the concept of autonomous region. Autonomous region will be one nation, one language, one culture, or a group of such nations that have come together based on the principle of self-determination. In other words, in pushing and reviving Biafra, we must put self-determination as an agenda of the new Biafra we are doing. If we assume that they fix automatically here or there, you do the same thing. No. We must create a situation where they will feel committed to the new Biafra we are trying to revive. Now we come to the concept of restructuring. It's a concept that has become so bastardized. It has no meaning today in Nigerian political history. We have been having restructuring all these years. So when you talk of restructuring, the assumption is that there's a super force that will do the restructuring. Federal government as a no. What we is talking about is a renegotiation of the federation, the federal foundation of the federation. Meaning that the various nations should come together and decide how are we going to live together. Are we going to live together or not together? On behalf of fundamental rights. So what we should be discussing, renegotiation of the federal system, in the sense that those who are going to stand there to stay on the Igbos and the Biafran Nation in the Biafran Republic, which, as we said, is Biafran Republic, is going to start to be and should be a federal unit of nationality. Yes. So let's come to the future. Where we go from here? I hear somebody talking about the 5 eastern states. Southeast an artificial creation. Last time when Ohanese was proposing a position, they called Southeast position. We said no, it is position of Alaigbo. And we know that is why when I was coming today, something came up into my mind. I keep thinking of the old Igbo statesman. The Igbo statesman. That was one organization that embraced the Igbo nation. This was a level was there. Our brothers from from everybody were there. So we should be thinking of Alaigbo as made up of Igbo speaking people communities. Part of them in Delta, part in Rivers. We want to be working on that. That's why I think yesterday I came across a memorandum I put up here. That's the idea for the memorandum. That memorandum is calling for a Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day. And proposing that May 30th qualifies as the best candidate for an Igbo Remembrance Day. May 30th. The day Biafra was declared is the most critical point in our history, and we should be remembering it. We are going to ask our colleagues to give an order before they leave and take a formal decision And because this is one instrument of welding our people together. We'll take a decision on how we are going to celebrate May 30th this year. We don't need anybody's permission. We don't do it. So, I want to thank you, the organizers of the program. I also want to thank our man, President, who has spent so much time, put so much energy, more resources in the Biafra struggle. I also want to thank other colleagues of ours here. I can't mention the name of everybody. Yes. Alaigbo Development Foundation, in the Great Book, saying that we are going to work for an autonomous region, a legal autonomous region. And when we agree with our district, then we call it Biafra autonomous region of Biafra. If they don't, we'll continue working until we have a full-blown Republic of Biafra. That is our goal. The Republic of Biafra, Igbo Nation, will be integral part of the Republic of Biafra. That's where we see. Aka Biafra. So let me thank you. The concept of Biafra, as we are concerned, defines nothing other than belonging for people. So I want to thank everybody for all the trouble taken to be here this night. We all are committed. Now, there's a concept I want to comment on in the program here. That is the concept of legal methodology concept. Legal methodology has very wide, challenging legal challenges. Even in elections, asserting our choice. Even in demonstrations, calling out our women as they did in 1989 against anything they don't like. Or asking our youth to come out and demonstrate. These are all our mistakes. They don't take legal methodology as something that regards physical confrontation as evil. As far as we are concerned, we are not going to take war to anybody. But anybody that brings war to our country, Biafra! I think that's absolutely very important. The blacks in America, all people organized. We never need a person. You know how they are going to take the program. I got to share. I'll run back on. There's no way we will get there outside. So, they are at our steps. They are in our various communities. They are taking our peace. They are taking everything. We put our hands and say, they got methodology. No. And as again, a hint I want to give our colleagues, Nigerian and others. A.D.F is going to have consultations, called consultations among us. We must, as soon as possible, convoke security summit, Igbo security summit. We must move with that view of what has happened to us today. So let me not take too much of your time. I want to thank you very much for this opportunity, and also thank you very much for all the
Thank you so much, Professor Nwala. As usual, always on point. The fundamental truth everyone needs to know. With respect to the Biafran agitation and Igbo Nation, people have been making a mix of the two, Igbo Nation and Biafra. Some think that Biafra is all about Igbo, Igbo, Igbo. So, um, so many people have been making this mix up between the two, and our erudite professor have clearly drawn the line between the two, the Igbo nation and the Biafra, that Biafra is far bigger than Igbo nation. There are other nationalities. In fact, Biafra is a federation of nations. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Keep following, keep subscribing, keep liking and sharing. And together we'll build a very formidable community right here in order to take our liberation to the next level. No be APC next level or Buhari next level. No, I'm talking about restoring back the dignity of humanity. That is what we are doing, and that is what we are bringing to you on this platform, BVI Channel 1. Don't forget, we are not just a media platform. BVI Channel 1 is a movement, empowering you with the right information. Goodbye, and God bless you.